This episode is presented to you by NFL Sunday Ticket, now on YouTube and YouTube TV. With NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube and YouTube TV, you can watch your favorite teams' out-of-market Sunday games, plus watch up to 4 games at once with Multiview. Don't miss the race to the playoffs. NFL Sunday Ticket is now just $39 when bundled with YouTube TV, where you get even more football. Visit youtube.com/Spotify offer to sign up now. Lowest price on YouTube TV with base plan. Rest of 2023 season. Terms and embargoes apply. No cancellations.
The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Introducing Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Icon of the Seas, the ultimate family vacation. The ultimate 6 slides, 8 neighborhoods, 0 compromise vacation. The ultimate never done that, can't wait to do it vacation. The ultimate chillin' by a different pool every day of the week vacation. This is the Icon of Vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving in 2024. Book today. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Back at it again with another shade of blue, and we are almost live on location with our Shades of Blue on-site reporter, Diego Gutierrez. Welcome, Diego. We're going to test I believe he's beat the firewall of Qatar to get Zoom up for us today. So we're going to test the new infrastructure, the $1 billion infrastructure in Qatar. And we have Diego Gutierrez with us. He's about to head to the game. I think he's going to the suite tonight with Sunil. And yeah, so Robert, why don't you get us started here?
Yeah, Diego, Ginna, thanks for joining us both. Those of you who are listening here may just need a little background on Diego. The man has accomplished many, many things, that is for sure. As you probably know, Kansas City Wizard, original Kansas City Wizard, 96-97. Then the Chicago Fire came and stole him from us.
True 96er.
Yeah. Diego, first MLS goal in MLS Cup. I mean, that's the way to do it, man. 1998 for the Fire. They also won the Open Cup that year, Open Cup 2000. Then came back to Kansas City 2002, 2005, won the Open Cup in 2004, lost to Handball United in the MLS Cup that year too, and we're still pissed about it. And then ended with the Fire again in 06, 08. Besides that, humanitarian efforts by this man have been extraordinary, so extraordinary that he won the World Sports Humanitarian. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's only the second soccer player ever to join that after Pele, the great Pele. So that's
I'm learning a lot today too.
Yes, yes. And then 2010 became the head of scouting and player development for the Philadelphia Union. And hand in hand with him the whole time has been his teammate Ginna, planning events and making projects happen, working for some of the top corporations in America and across the world, including with the White House, the Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, MLS Works, and the U.S. Soccer Foundation. So, Diego, this Ginna, quite impressive a woman,
couple. Huh? Bona fides.
It's a good body of work, man. It takes a good teammate to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That she's been there the whole way. But yeah, by the way, I did see Aleko Skandarian at one of the stadiums and gave
Did you really?
Some steak about that handball back in 2000. Yeah.
And you know, while they've done all this, they've raised 3 wonderful children. So kudos to you guys.
Well, you also forgot the most important bona fides. He was my teammate in the media game several years ago.
He was my teammate too, and I think I assisted your goal actually in one of them, Diego.
There we go. Now we go.
All right, so let's get going here. First question, Cody, I think you're up. Is that right? Or is it me?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Diego, let's talk about the game. I mean, you guys will be heading out there soon. What are your thoughts on this team and their chances to advance?
Yeah. I did a podcast yesterday as well with the official podcast with the team, and we were talking about the opportunity that we've gotten through this trip to accompany the federation, the families, the players through this journey. And having spent time with the guys, having eaten at Thanksgiving dinner with the team, and just sitting down with various guys and talking to them, man, I can't help but feel extremely optimistic about the fact that these guys aren't scared of anything. You know, if there's a sign of quality at the international level in the way that we have improved, is the level of confidence and the younger ages. And it's almost like with these guys, you know, they have no fear. A guy like Weston or Christian, they really have no fear. It's like they don't understand that this is the highest stage. They understand it, they just don't care, right? So they understand the opportunity. They understand what this game is all about. They understand all the stuff that has been rolled into it from a political perspective. And they're well trained. I couldn't be happier. I think this is a team that's going to go out with the utmost confidence, and it's probably going to take the game to Iran the first 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
Hey, so we have to ask follow-up question here. Who is your striker? If you're Greg Berhalter, who are you picking?
Because I anticipate that there will be a lot of wide play, I would stick with Haji. Yeah. So Haji Wright for me would be the guy. You put him in there. I anticipate that the game is going to be frantic the first, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It starts to settle a little bit beyond that. But, with Serginho and with Anthony, we start attacking the wings, trying to get some good combinations in there with Weston and with Musa. And so, my idea is that there's going to be a lot of wide plays, a lot of crosses perhaps. And Haji's a guy that can ball in the back of the net if there's air to play.
Gotcha.
The ball's in there, he can do it.
The overall experience of being in Qatar amid all of these controversies, I'm not going to put you on the spot like Iranian media put Tyler Adams on the spot yesterday. But I am interested, feet on the ground, life in Qatar, how all of that has been on, other off the field type stuff, just your interactions on a daily basis, how that's been going.
Right. It's been more amazing than we ever could have anticipated. This place is the safest, cleanest, friendliest people. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful here. I think we've had an excellent experience. We've gone out in preparation for 2026, and we've kind of tried to see pieces of all of the different elements of what goes into a World Cup, kind of scouting for 2026 with my company. So we're here kind of I'm here on behalf of my company, Agio Marketing, and we're just looking to 2026. We're working with the Kansas City bid committee and looking ahead to see how we can make this thing come to life in Kansas City. So we're really excited to be here. It's going to be obviously very different in Kansas City. These stadiums here, there's 8 of them within like a 45-minute radius. And you can see one from another one in some instances. So it's really compact, but all in all, I think it's about the size of the Kansas City metro area. So where we have one stadium, they have 8. So yes, traffic. Yes, there is a lot of traffic, but like Diego said, we're here with the Federation, so we kind of live in a bubble.
Right, in style.
Yeah.
This whole effort, I mean, the observational nature of the trip is fantastic. Being conscious of the fact that it's going to be a very different experience in Kansas City, right? You're going to have probably 6-8 teams that are going to be coming through, and we're going to be opening doors to people from all over the world. But there's only one stadium, right? And so how do we arrange the logistics, and how do we highlight the culture of our area in a way that becomes festive, and it really becomes part of what this is meant to be, right? I think Qatar has done a wonderful job in opening their doors in terms of welcoming people from all over the world. It's been very, very peaceful, very, very organized. So it's been very impressive, actually.
On the field, what's been the most memorable thing you've seen so far? I assume you've attended other games besides the U.S. games.
Yeah, we've attended the Mexico-Argentina game was probably one of the top
Oh, of course.
2 sporting events that I've ever attended in terms of the atmosphere.
It's unbelievable.
The stadia here is absolutely outrageous in terms of the technology, the practicality, the luxury, right? The perks that are being offered is just it's beyond anything that we know. I think in the States, aside from SoFi Stadium or the new Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas. I attended Spain, Germany. So yeah, it's been a great experience for me. The quality of play at times has been okay. Some other times has been good, right? But I'll tell you, one of the things that I've been really kind of scratching my head about.
You're good.
You're good. We
There
can
you go. One of the things that I've been scratching my head about is the amount of injury time we've been getting every single 6 to 9 minutes to 14 minutes, 16 minutes in one instance. So it's a little bit different, but I don't complain about it because the more of the game that we can get, the better we are, right?
Agreed.
So were you guys, Diego, were you trying to imply that Kansas City's going to get a number or multiple games here in Kansas City, or do you have any insight to that at all?
There is some insight, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to speak before.
I'm gonna say you guys are kind of dropping news there. I just thought maybe I was out of the loop. So 6 to 8 teams. That's not even.
I got to remember we have 48 teams in 2026, right? So there'll be a lot more games.
So how about number of games would we be looking at here in Kansas City?
I'm not going to speak on that. I'm not.
All right. So hey, you guys met in high school, and I don't know, Ginna, if you knew this man was destined for this greatness when you first met him in high school or not. But Diego, you recruited Christian Pulisic for the Union back when he was a teenager, probably not even in high school yet. Has there been some player that stood out to you, that young player that MLS team should be looking at?
It's funny because Christian's parents are here, obviously, and I spoke with Mark and his wife about back in those days. We're going back 12, actually 11 years, right? That I was with the Union as first head of scouting and player development, and then the sporting director. When I was the sporting director,
and that's a century in that family's time. How much their life has changed in those 12 years.
When I was the sporting director, one of our scouts said, "Hey, you have to look at this kid. You have to look at this guy." I would hear this all the time, right? I finally made the trip to go see Christian, and I immediately called our front office and said, "We have to sign this kid now." He was, I believe, 13 going on 14. And we were just discussing this with Mark Pulisic and, reminiscing. I said, I think it worked a little bit better for you guys. The entire country, really.
So any players standing out to you, though, at this cup?
Say it again?
Any players standing out to you at this cup that MLS team should be looking at?
For me, that's a really good question, Bob. The question is not who is the young player that should be signed or that MLS club should be looking at. The question is what type of player should we be looking at? And here's the reason I say that. Back in the day, we were trying to look for players that were as inexpensive as possible. Of course, everybody tries to do that still, right? Spend the least amount of money, get the most production out of players. But we are now in MLS 5.0, if not MLS 6.0. So now the question for the league and every single team in the league is not, can you find a Thiago Almada and convert him from a $15 million player into a $30 million player, a la Miguel Almiron, right?
Right.
Are we actually competing, considering 2026 is around the corner, and considering the positioning of the league as probably one of the top 5 leagues in the world beyond that, right? What kind of player do we start recruiting? There's a lot of rumblings, as you well know, about Lionel Messi coming to
I was going to say Messi. It's Messi.
Right? So if that, in fact, becomes true, it kind of disrupts a little bit what we have been trying to do from a young player perspective, but at the same time brings a level of notoriety and highlight of the news that perhaps will surpass what David Beckham did for the league back in the day. So this is a very much a dynamic type of of idea, right? What is the league going to look like, and what kind of players are we really recruiting? Is it only young players? I don't think it is. And if you look at the composition of MLS rosters, you have three ways that you can sign players. One is, of course, the international transfer window, senior players, a la Adam Pulido, or players of that nature. Second, younger players, 22 and under, and third, your academy, right? That is, in essence, the composition of a US or of an MLS roster. Right. So how do we now go about it? Do we look only at young players, or are we going to start to shift? Our owners are going to shift now the balance into going and being more aggressive in the international market and just simply spending more money.
It's a great breakdown, man. Maybe you should be a technical director somewhere else now.
No, I think I'm done with that one. I did it in Philly. It was a good experience. I learned a lot. But I love teaching.
Yeah. Diego is on the staff, the faculty at Rockhurst University. And let's see, what else? I forgot to mention that you've done some commentating for ESPN Deportes. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I still do that for Sporting KC for the home games.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ginna, are your kids jealous that you guys are here?
I think they're a little jealous. We've been here for longer than we anticipated. We were supposed to go home after the second game, and then decided to extend our trip a few days. So we left them for Thanksgiving with the family. So I'm a Kansas City girl. So good thing everybody's there, and Diego's family is there as well. So they were well taken care of. But yes, they're definitely a little jealous. But they're going to be around for 2026. So that'll be their first World Cup.
Sweet. All right, Cody, you want to wrap things up, or Thad?
Yeah. Any final thoughts there, Thad?
No, man, I'm just jealous, man. I want to have you on after you get back, after the World Cup's done, and you can just, talk more about everything in the experience, and just even another one just on the whole MLS roster build. I think that could be a whole pod with you and just by itself. But I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, I've no problem. I'd be delighted to do it. I think I'd be helpful on both fronts. Having been inside the trenches and built rosters with MLS is fun. It's interesting. It's not as easy as it looks.
And Ginna as well. I'm very interested in the World Cup preparation side for the US stuff. So yeah, I think people are really wanting to hear about all of that.
Yeah, Absolutely. There's a lot to do. There's actually a delegation here right now from the Kansas City Bid Committee, some guys with KCADC and the Kansas City Chamber, and then Catherine Holland and Kathy Nilsson and somebody from Arrowhead will be here on the 3rd for an observatory tour. So we already have a meeting scheduled when we get back to kind of download and get all rolling. But right now everybody's focused on what's happening in front of us.
One's not over yet. We got a few more.
One thing that I will mention, beyond that is it will take everybody.
Yeah.
Right? This thing is going to take everybody in the community to make it successful, not just, the people from the organizing committee and the bid and the executives or the people that are pitching in money. It's going to be all stakeholders will be hand on deck, man. They have so many volunteers here. They have so many people that have come in from out of town to help, right? Paid and unpaid. And so it's going to take everyone. And I'm not implying that, no Kansas City people will be at games. I hope most of the people will be, Kansas Cityans inside the stadium. But it will take everyone. And that means, from our civility to our activations, to bringing the identity of our city and our region to the world and exposing the best that we can offer. I think it will be a team effort.
Awesome.
We're going to blow it up.
All right. Well, hey, we have to end this, and Cody, I'll let you end it however you want. But hey, go USA!
USA!
Yeah.